Good morning. Welcome to Focus Daily TV, a brand new episode. Today we'll be getting a little bit more in the confiscation of the gold. We're going to examine House Joint Ruling 192, in which gold was banned and Fiat was enforced and introduced into the system. We're going to get right into it. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel. Hashtag Focus Daily TV. Let's go.
Executive Order 6102 was a presidential executive order that required Americans to surrender much of their gold to the U.S. government. President Franklin D. Roosevelt passed the order in 1933 as a reaction to the crippling effect.
So as usual, I'll break down the video while the video is playing. In order to introduce this new system of fiat currency, the old system which God intended us to live by had to be diminished and relinquished and given up in order to get the people to accept this new form of government, this new form of economic currency. Why would people accept this fiat currency when gold was readily available? And to top it all off, the sad part was all the gold was ours, African Americans, Afro Americans. We held the gold, which is one of the main reasons why they decided to forego our birthrights and blessings and instate their evil, demonic banking economic system.
Effect of the Great Depression on the U.S. economy. After years of economic turmoil, the American people desperately required relief from the financial.
So this economic tragedy that they speak of was purposely placed upon the people. It was deception. It was a fiasco, as the title said. They intentionally sabotaged the system in order to bring in their system. And rather than people relying on the Father, the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they turned to the banking system as their benefactor, which is totally against the word and the will of God.
Executive Order 6102 was a presidential executive order that required Americans to surrender much of their gold to the U.S. government. President Franklin D. Roosevelt passed the order in 1933 as.
And if you examine around the world, all these nations that conspired against us, because all nations conspired against us, they built their wealth upon this gold that was being confiscated. Their whole gold reserves is our money. That's our shit. But this is the thing, though. In order for us to inherit what God has for us, we have to turn back to God. We have to give up their gods and their system. We have to put down the crystals. We got to come out of Egypt and come back home. No more assalamu alaikum and all that. We got to come back home to the Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, through the leadership of his Son, Christ, and the Holy Spirit.
As a reaction to the crippling effect of the Great Depression on the U.S. economy. After years of economic turmoil, the American people desperately required relief from the.
I know this information seems repetitive, but it's repetition that's going to get you to pay attention. It's repetition that's going to open up your eyes. All the conspiracies, majority of them are true, but the important factor that they're leaving out of the conspiracies is all this occurred because Psalms 83, the second half. Open it up, check it out.
the financial disparity induced by the Depression. The reason behind the order was to remove constraints on the Federal Reserve in order to print more money during the Depression. The order was issued within a month of FDR's inauguration, and all Americans were required to forfeit their gold to the government.
So as soon as Roosevelt stepped into office, his first action was to relinquish the true Americans' gold. The gold and silver is mine, said God. Google that. They came straight in and snatched it away from us. In the midst of a great Holocaust, the greatest Holocaust ever, the Holocaust that's never spoken of, the Holocaust of the true Native Americans, the true indigenous people of this land, the African/Afro-Americans.
However, each person in a household could retain up to 5 troy ounces of gold bullion coins. Those who surrendered their gold were compensated with $20.67 per troy ounce, the spot price of gold at the time. Many were upset by this.
They knew eventually they would give it up. And it was really more of a thing of those who were in the know were able to keep what they got. And it was issued in this manner so that those who were not in the know would be none the less wise of what truly was occurring.
As gold's price increased to $35 per ounce with the passing of the Gold Reserve Act of 1934. This order also led to the extreme rarity of the 1933 double eagle coin. As production stopped, all 1933 coins were ordered to be destroyed. However, about 20 were stolen before being destroyed. The extreme rarity of these coins led to one selling for over $7.5 million in 2002. The limitation of gold ownership was repealed in
Yeah, we're not collecting coins, but that's just some information. Do with it what you will.
1974, when President Ford signed a bill once again legalizing private ownership. Call the number on your screen if you'd like to learn more about gold's place in history.
Well, that's it for today. Yeah, they brought it back where you can acquire gold as a form of investment. However, they still brought in their system. That was the whole point. That's the point of this video. That's the point of Focus Daily TV. Hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel, hashtag Focus Daily TV. We out.